Okay, so you all may well know that there was, let me turn this up some, that there was a couple of days ago a drone attack on one of the flotillas, a family flotilla that's trying to break the siege in Gaza. Last night, I had a dream that I don't think it's just, I think it's something more than just a dream of this new news, worrisome news that has just been on my mind and making me really upset. It's the feeling that I get when I think of this dream. It woke me up in the middle of the night. It was such a, it seemed like it's a telling. I think that when you look at what happened to this flotilla, and it's in international waters, right? And specifically, they use a drone. I listened to what this gentleman said. I think he's the captain of the ship. And he said, I could be wrong, it was probably a crew or one of the passengers, but he said the drones went close up to them and then backed away and then dropped a bomb of a sort, an explosive device. And in my dream, I was with my family here in America. I was with my family, and there was other people. There was a lot of other strangers, and we were in this I don't know what it, like a container. It looked, I kid you not, it may sound weird, but it looked almost as like a submarine, like, but on land. It was like an ore. I can't explain what it was. It was some kind of container, and then it had glass, like this sort of thickened glass, and we were all looking through this glass, and this container seemed to be sort of high up from the ground, and there was just hundreds, when I tell you there were hundreds of drones flying by. When I think of it, it's like I've had so many dreams, nightmares in my life, and I get this strong feeling like it was like it's a telling. And so this is here in America, and there's hundreds of drones flying by, and I mean, and they were so high tech looking. I can't. Oh my God. And then one of them stopped by the window, hovered, and in my dream it's sort of like I understood what was going on the other side of the glass with the drones, and they were silent. Like, they were very silent. And I turned to my husband, I said, they're quiet. And I turned to my daughter and I say, do you remember that video you saw, Mama showed you, where there's this humming noise, and the Palestinian music teacher in the class, they were singing towards that humming, that buzzing that was really meant to torment them? And I said, well, those things there are what made those buzzing noise, but they're silent. And I turned to my husband and just said, they're silent, but I'm sure they were. It was weird in the dream because I knew what was going on within this space that we're in. And then also, like, on the other side, like, I sense the drones, what they were doing. And so one stopped and it hovered. And it's sort of like, because we're all looking out of the window, myself, my family, strangers, and it's like it started to scan the hundreds of while that one's scanning everyone with facial biometric or whatever, like this sort of recognition. Oh God, this stuff scared me. I'm telling you, it really scares me to think about that. Something's gonna happen. Something is really gonna happen here in America, and so it started scanning the one that stopped. It started scanning all of us, and there was one stranger. God, I don't know. This is what woke me up. There was one stranger that was looking, and it scanned him, and it just shot him straight through the glass. And we are all just in a panic that just happened, that it literally just came from the drone. And then I woke up. And I say this was like a telling. It was not. I had the feeling like it's real, like it's going to happen. Like, we will probably there'll be some excuse to surveil American citizens with drones, and they'll use the government will use, if we continue to allow Israel to put puppet politicians in our government. I feel this so strongly. If we allow these puppet politicians to continue, who are beholden, who are worshipers of Israel, this is going to happen. Our country will be turned completely into a police state monitored by drones. That's coming. That is coming. I feel that dream. It was so I feel that, like, I can't explain it. I cannot explain it. The feeling that I have. Like I said, I've had so many dreams in my life, so many nightmares and dreams. This one feels like it's on the cusp of happening. If I can put it any other way, like it's right, like I'm gonna look on the news tomorrow and it's gonna be like, okay, Trump said that the drones are a better use of resources to monitor crime. So you can see multiple things going on, where if you put National Guard on the ground, you put them in danger. It's a higher cost to the government. Like, I can see that. I can see it so clearly. And I also, the other day, I listened to, I think it was, I'm not sure if it was Breaking Points or which podcast it was, but there was like a leaked studies of, like, Israel. It had multiple phases in the study, and it was determining how society, how the world, and it was like multiple countries. They did these studies within multiple countries, and how the world is going to view Israel following the Gaza, how they view them now, and what are some points in which they can really, really work at to get the world back on their side when they have annihilated all of the Palestinians there and pushed them out and continued their and have completed their ethnic cleansing and Holocaust of the Palestinian people. When I saw that, I can't help after having this dream but think, that drone attack on that ship, how has the world responded to a drone? You think about that. A drone came over a ship in international waters. That was in international waters. It stared these people in their face. Kind of backed away like a, yeah, I see you. Take this, and dropped an explosive device. That complete disregard of law, of order, of limitations. They're so brazen, the Israelis. We have to stop them. We have to stop this terrorist state. And honestly, they're worse than terrorists. They're monsters. They should not be, the Israelis should not be allowed in civilized society because they are barbaric. They rape women, they molest children, they abuse children, they slaughter children, they kill pregnant women, they killed innocent men, they killed the young, the old, the vulnerable, the weak, the broken, and they just torment and torment and torment all over that region. They are barbarics. They are disgusting monsters, and they should not be allowed in civilized society. They should not be allowed to sit at the table of modern governments and heads of state. When you look at the war that's going on between Ukraine and Russia, you see the difference in how Russia is carrying out their war on Ukraine. It's all ugly violence and detestable violence. But then you compare their tactics and their actions to those of Israel on Gaza and even in the West Bank. The Israelis are monstrous, extremist, terrorists, and they should not be allowed in civilized society. They should be berated. They should be shunned from anyone, any and every single person outside of that terroristic state. They should be shunned so much until they have no place to go but back to that hole of a terrorist. Call it a state, call it the stolen Palestinian land, until they have nowhere to go but stick their disgusting evil heads in the dirt in which they should burn in hell, where they lie. So that is how I feel. And if we don't get these people the hell out of our government, that dream that I had, God bless us all.